Hello and welcome to another iGCSE and IB chemistry video with Mr. S. Today we're going to be looking at addition polymerization. In this type of reaction, we react multiple alkenes, so a double bond between two carbons is present, to make a long chain alkane. Okay, now some keywords here. We've got the word monomer, okay, and polymer. Monomer means one part. So the polymer is made up of many monomers, in this case, many ethenes bonded together. This is why we've got an N, because you can have a large range of numbers, so thousands of ethenes bonded together. Poly, so many parts, polymer. We have, after the ethenes have reacted together, we've got a long chain alkane. And we draw like this because we can show with the brackets that this segment carries on n number of times. So you don't only have one of these, you have several of these, an n amount of times. Now, how do we go from ethene to polyethene? Well, if we just look at two ethene molecules, what can happen to this double bond is that it breaks. So remember, the double bond here has 4 electrons. What can happen is one of these bonds breaks, and one electron goes to the right, one goes to the left. That's why we've got a single-headed arrow. And the ethene next to it does the same thing. Now, if we just focus in the middle, what that means is that by breaking this double bond, we have 2 electrons coming together in the middle. So 2 electrons here. So we essentially form a single bond between those two side carbons here. So we end up forming a single bond between them. And we can see that in the diagram above, that we've created a single bond between 2 carbon atoms. This happens obviously at the end too, but we cannot show all the monomers. Okay, that's why we have the brackets and the continuation. So for an addition polymer to be made, what happens is the double bonds of an alkene break, forming a single bond between the alkenes, between the monomers, the parts. Okay? Now, for this to happen, we need certain reaction conditions. We need a high pressure, high temperature, and a catalyst. The exact numbers may vary depending on the alkene you use. So you can make up an addition polymer not only with ethene, but with different alkenes. So what you can do is replace the H's with other groups. So you might have, instead of an H here, you could have a fluorine. Or you could replace all the hydrogens. Now, that will change the properties of the polymer, but how the alkenes actually bond to each other doesn't change. It always bonds by breaking the double bond and adding to each other. Okay, this is why it's called an addition reaction. In general, in organic chemistry, an addition reaction is when you break a double bond and add something to the carbon that used to have the double bond, the 2 carbons that used to be involved in the double bond. Okay, watch the next video, which will be on condensation polymers. Thank you very much for listening.